My BF and I are sabotaging our relationship. My BF and I have communication issues and it's destroying our relationship. My boyfriend and I met in December 2022 and have been in a relationship since February 2023. For context, we are both university graduates. He has a master's and I just graduated with my bachelor's. We're both working full-time. Everything was great in the beginning as it is. My boyfriend is everything I've ever wanted in a man. He's extremely hard-working, kind, respectful, patient, and romantic. He takes me out on cute dates regularly, always covering the bill even when I offer. He delivers a fresh bouquet of flowers to me every second week because he knows I love them. He compliments me every day and never forgets to tell me how beautiful I am. He doesn't like to go to nightclubs or bars, neither do I. He always goes above and beyond for me. Not only have that, but we both share the same values and faith. Despite being very young, we've both always known that we eventually wanted marriage and kids. Also, we're both Christian, not strict, but we have our beliefs. So as you can tell, he's a great guy and he makes me so happy. Everything was perfect until a few months ago when we started having petty arguments. I expected this would happen as the honeymoon phase doesn't last forever. But these arguments just kept getting bigger and bigger, with some even ending in tears. The interesting thing is, these arguments were never over anything serious, but our bad communication skills would always make it 10 times bigger and worse than it needed to be. My boyfriend is the type of person who prefers to stay silent and think during an argument, whereas I prefer to say everything in the moment. This is where we clash. In addition to this, we often blame each other, get defensive and contemptuous, which leads to hurt feelings. We are both very aware of our communication problems and have talked about what we can do to fix this, and we are both very willing to. But every time things seem to be improving, we end up making the same mistakes and having a bad argument which ruins everything. This has been going on for months now. It's destroying our relationship, and we are both very drained as this has turned into a vicious cycle. I'm wondering, is this relationship worth saving? On one hand, I want to stay and work things out because I know how rare it is to find someone like him who ticks every single box and is as patient, loving and caring with me as he is. The dating market for my generation is just trash, so my chances of being happy with someone else is very low. Not being pessimistic, just realistic. Something worth mentioning is that I have very high standards when it comes to relationships, and he's the only man that I've met who can measure up to those standards and give me everything I've been looking for in a relationship. I don't want to be in my 30s married to some other guy, thinking about what could have happened if I had stayed with my boyfriend. Additionally, not only do we share the same values, but when we're not arguing, we genuinely get on very well and are very compatible. On our first date there was no awkwardness at all. We clicked immediately. I could definitely see us being genuine friends had we not gotten into a relationship. It's very hard to find someone who can vibe with you and share the same values as you. Additionally, we're both very young and I feel as though it'd be stupid of us to expect perfection from one another and to break up over something as fixable as communicating. If we end this relationship and find new partners, we'll still have the same issues with our new partners. Also, I just love him a lot and I don't think any guy out there is as amazing as he is. However, on the other hand, I'm exhausted. I'm tired of making up just to fight again a few days later. Because it's happened so many times, I've started to lose my trust in this relationship working out, and I'm scared I'll be forever walking on eggshells and have a constant feeling of foreboding if we stay together. Especially considering we aren't even a year into our relationship and this is happening. I love him a lot and I want the best for him. But I'm wondering if that means ending the relationship so he won't be as stressed as he is. He also feels the same way. He loves me but he's exhausted from this. Should we end things or keep trying? Comment. If you both are saying you are exhausted and your fundamental communication styles are so far apart, even if y'all were able to handle your issues, it is consistently causing stress, it doesn't sound like this is going to work. Sure, you have chemistry, but this reaction sounds too intense, and you both are burnt out. Anyone else in this same situation should try to address the communication issues before it is a massive issue, so perhaps it won't break y'all. It sounds like you know what the issue is: bad communication skills. You shouldn't be fighting/arguing your significant other. There should be disagreements instead of fights/arguments. As a couple, you guys are supposed to be a team, not enemies. Fights/arguments are what enemies do. Disagreements and finding a resolution with compromises are what a team does. See if both of you can improve on this. If not, I would say it's time to work on yourself while being single. This is a necessary foundation for a healthy relationship. Next story 2. My boyfriend broke up with me without warning, and I can't accept the reason why. I'll try to keep it short. Sorry if it's messy, I've never done this before. We were healthy communicators, shared the same goals and hobbies. I loved his family and they loved me. He told me constantly he was so excited to marry me and make me his wife, told me consistently that we were forever and the only way we would ever not be was if I chose to leave him. We regularly visited for months at a time and he was due to be here next month for our anniversary, Christmas, and New Year's together. Our time together in person was incredible, and our time spent through Discord was spent playing games together, watching movies or doing our own things but on call. We were planning on me moving to him permanently in America. Out of nowhere, he said plainly he had fallen out of love, and no longer wanted to be with me. We cried on call while he told me that he still loved me, and I'm his best friend and he wants me in his life, but that he didn't want to be in a relationship anymore. I was told if the stars align maybe down the line we could try again, but that he isn't promising anything. That was all I was given, and I cannot accept it. I don't know how to accept that's all it was when we were so seemingly perfect together. Why now? How long has he felt like this? Was that the truth or is he sparing my feelings? Was it his co-worker best friend I was told not to worry about? They hang out every day now that I'm out of the picture. Have I been replaced already? He's taking her to do everything he promised me. How can he throw everything we were and everything we planned away so easily? How is not talking to me so easy when we spent every day together? Does he just want to stay friends out of guilt? How is he over it already? He's so much happier already. Why doesn't he miss me? Did any of it matter? What is he doing now? How did he just turn off? I guess I need advice on how to take it at face value. How do I believe what I'm told, when every fiber of my being is trying to find out if there's more to it? Maybe the co-worker thing is weird and I'm right? I don't know, but I can't stop spending every waking moment conjuring 100 other possibilities and it's destroying me mentally. I want to stay friends because I love him still, and he's the person I saw myself growing old with as he promised me. We have great chemistry and have fun playing games together. I tried going to work like normal but I just turn off and go numb all day. It's miserable. I've tried distracting myself but it feels like a band-aid. It's still there in the back of my mind waiting for a second of quiet. Next story 3. I'm having trust issues with my girlfriend. I am having some trust issues with my girlfriend. Me and my girlfriend met at work. I was her boss, and she was one of my student transfer employees. She was only going to work there for a few months. We got close, started talking, then confessed to each other that we had feelings for one another. The only problem was we were both in failing relationships and had to break the news to our at the time partners. I came straight out and admitted to my at the time partner what was going on. She was upset but understood. I had thought my future girlfriend had done the same thing. I hadn't found out until later on that she told him she wanted to take a break and maybe if the time ever got right they could try again or something along those lines. I understand that is a red flag in of itself, but in all honesty it follows her characteristics perfectly. She's too nice. Way too nice for her own good sometimes. But the icing on the cake with her old boyfriend is that after she did eventually text him and say she was living with a new guy, and she didn't want to talk to him anymore, she sent him a text message saying how much she was sorry, how me, her, and a group of our mutual friends got drunk. I stole her phone, and sent it off to him myself. She told him that she loves him and hopes he'll forgive her one day. That was our first fight. I was pissed, asked her if she thought I was a joke to her, and I told her if she was any other human being I would have grabbed all her shit and threw it off the balcony. She told me she only texted him that because they have a lot of mutual friends together and didn't want them thinking badly of her. Eventually I just told her if he came up again or if I saw texts between them again we were done. Now, I'm not a jealous dude. If she has dude friends I'm mildly okay with it. Like, I think they can talk in groups of people, just no one-on-one stuff, but I'm not okay with her adding single dudes from work or anything along those lines. There's no reason she should be friends with single dudes. She's got her girlfriends and dude friends from school and previous jobs. That's okay. I'm also not okay with her being friends with people she's currently had intimate with. That's a huge no-no. I'd expect her to feel the exact same way about who I'm friends with. 2 nights ago I noticed our Snap was about to lose its streak, so I went to go send myself a snap from her phone to send to myself, and I noticed this dude. He had already been brought up before. He's like a tattoo artist. I looked through their saved conversations and I see videos of her riding a dildo and pictures she sent him of her ass and tits and shit. They were sent months ago, so I wasn't mad about the fact she had sent those at all. I was mad about the fact that they were still in communication. They had just talked a couple days before that. I asked her about it. She didn't really get defensive 100%, but she had just said he was a friend that she's known for a while. I said, a friend that you're sending pussy pics and telling how thick you think his dick looks? She was like, that was months ago. You can't be mad about shit that happened before we knew each other. I told her I wasn't mad that you did it, we both did that shit, I'm mad that you're still in communication with him. She said he probably slid up on her story and she just responded with something dry. Long story short, we fought about it for an hour or so, and it ended with me telling her not to be in communication with anyone because I knew that's exactly how she'd want me to be. All in all, she's a great girl. A very good human. She moved hours away from her house to live with me, she splits all the bills, does shit around the house, knows my parents, I know hers. I'm just worried maybe she's too young or something. I don't know what it is, but I feel like there's a wall or something. Comment. You both cheated your partners and now you expect her to be super loyal and not even talk to single men. That's a typical cheater love syndrome. Problem with cheating is that if you did it once you can do it second, third time, you can't control her enough. If she will want to be with someone else, she will be. And from what you said, she is not really trustworthy, lying to her ex, her friends, you. Also, your writing sounds aggressive. If you really seek people's opinions, I think that the best thing you can do for yourself is to break up with her, get some time to work on your mindset to find a person without issues that can build a healthy relationship. You're not jealous and yet you went through her phone and she can't have friends that are single guys? You are both walking red flags. You say she's your girlfriend, but does she say you're her boyfriend? It sounds like she might still just be dating. You were her boss. Were. You're not her boss anymore. How you get them is often how you'll lose them. She's moved in with you for a step up, and you saw her as a step up from your former GF, but neither of you met in equal, open circumstances. You suspect she's hiding comms because this is your shared history and current experience. Why are you with someone barely out of her teen years and expecting her to act like an adult? Of course you have trust issues. She probably does too. It may have crossed her mind she'll need to leave you when she ages up and you want another young employee. My opinion is this relationship is a hot fling and not going to last long term.